Are we on? I think we're on. We're on enough. I don't think we need to be any more on than this. It doesn't really matter. Got a glass of water. I'd like something to drink that wasn't water, but I just brushed my teeth not earlier on. Not earlier. I did brush my teeth earlier on. But too earlier on to drink anything that tastes of anything. So I just got a glass of water. We finished Movie Stars last time out. So we're on to SVT now. Unless I unlock anything earlier on in the game, and then I'll go back and do it. Because that's the way that I like to get things done. I like to get things done in a nice, calm order. What time is it? 14:04. So 15 minutes will be at 14:20. And that'll be when I stop recording. Because I haven't recorded in a little while. I don't think this is my longest time of ever not recording in, but I managed to go for a fairly long time without recording anything. And you know what? I felt fine. Gave me more time to sit around and watch some anime, which I didn't really do very much of. Gave me some more time to sit around and watch the movies, which I also didn't really do very much of. In fact, I haven't really been doing very much of anything. However, my parents and my sisters have gone to a Greek island on holiday, and they're going to be there for, I heard 10 days, and apart from the 4 or so days when I'm going up to my granddad's house, because he wants me to do some work for him, which I'm not going to get paid for, but, you know, it'll give me something to do that's not fucking play video games, watch anime, and wank. So, in a lot of ways, it'll probably be good for me. But apart from then, I have nothing to do at all except keep my sister's hamster alive and, I don't know, water the plants maybe. And those are things that I can handle. Because I already did them yesterday. Yesterday was my first day of being all by myself for like the 3rd year running. So, you know, I know what I'm doing by now. So, well, that's fucking bullshit. You can fuck right off with that. This game mode is slightly better in Ford Racing 3, because each time you delete a car, on the next lap, another car joins in. So, on the first lap it's a 1-on-1, but then on the second lap it's a 1-on-2, and on the third lap it's a 1-on-3. And I'm pretty sure it's easier, because the more cars you add to the track, the more likely it is they're going to start fighting each other rather than fighting you. Just, you know, just something to think about. I haven't actually decided if I like the racing line mode in this game more than I like the racing line mode in Ford Racing 3. When I was a little babby boy, I liked the racing line mode in 3 more, because it was less of a challenge and more of a race. But now I'm starting to feel like I like it in this game more because, one, it's 1 lap rather than 3 laps. And you don't have to worry about any opponents. You literally just have to drive around the track, beating a target time that's not even very hard to beat. So, you know. Basically, the less time that things take, the better they are. Most of the time. And this is one of those times. I'm going to go ahead and say one of those times. I was considering sitting around and beating this game, but clearly I've got nothing to talk about, so I'll probably only record like 2 episodes. Because if there's nothing to listen to, it's fucking boring. Fucking hell. Phased through the floor on that one. Let me come up with something to talk about. Ooh. I'm thinking anime. I'm thinking I'm gonna talk about some anime. I'm thinking I'm gonna talk about well, the anime I've watched over the last 2-3 days. I've managed to go for about a week without watching anything. And, you know, I can't talk about the anime that I haven't been watching. I'll tell you that. That's my comedy sketch for the day. I watched The Door into Summer, which has a Japanese name, but I forgot. I don't know. It was really gay. I'll tell you that. I mean, even though, well, I mean, there was one gay guy in it, but the whole anime had just a huge gay vibe. And there was cuckoldry. And the guy being cucked was like cool with it for some reason. I don't know what that was about. And then like the girl character got cucked, but then she ended up cucking everyone at the very end. And then like, I don't know. It was pretty gay. I don't know, 5, maybe 6 out of 10. It was alright. I probably won't ever watch it again. It was only an hour long though, so, you know. Can't really complain too much if it didn't take up too much of my time. And, you know, it was crazy. And then I also watched both of the MD Geist OVAs, which people really hate for some reason, and there's no real reason to hate them. They're alright, fucking edgy action, you know, OVAs. MD Geist is probably the manliest anime character of all time. Well, he's definitely up there. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. He unleashes the world-ending super weapon because he's such a good fighter that he wants the fucking super weapon just to give him a decent challenge. I think in the second one, it's implied, because the woman character from the first one comes back in the second one, but she doesn't really remember who she is. All she remembers is that, for whatever reason, she was traumatized by Geist, which, I mean, I didn't really see happen in the first one. She was just kind of there when he unleashed the super weapon, and I mean, if she lived through it, it can't have been that bad. So, you know, she was just being a big pussy, basically. She ended up surviving the second one as well. Anyway, I think the implication is that the kid was Geist's kid, and then fucking it was because of Geist that he died. That was pretty edgy. I mean, you know, Geist needed something to help him win the fight against Krauser. And, you know, there's a kid there. And if you can use the kid, he's going to use the kid. He don't give a fuck. He's MD Geist, baby. He can do whatever he wants. Strongest soldier in the world. Also, the music was pretty good. I preferred the music in the first one to the second one. Not just because of late 80s LMAO, but because it seemed like they put, like, it had more energy. The music in the first one was higher energy, you know? Although the first one, it was more like Geist is the protagonist, and, you know, and he's a kind of anti-hero type deal. But then they completely dropped that in the second one, and he's just a bad guy. Although he's way more straightforward than any of the other characters. And to be honest, despite having like 5 lines in the second one, he's probably the most likable character. Because, you know, there's no fucking pretense of this dude being a hero. He's out to fucking kill everything. You know. His whole purpose is to fuck shit up, and he fucks shit up. It's pretty good. I don't know why the AI can't get the first corner of this track right. But that's just the way it is. And then I started watching Fight Ipatsu Juden-chan. And, you know, don't mistake Juden for some German term for kikes. It means charge. And it's a fetish show, kind of. It's like a... Well, yeah, the majority of the show is definitely predicated on the fucking... whoever made it, whoever was in charge of making its fucking piss and bondage fetishes. And, you know, I tend not to care too much for bondage. But, you know, when it's anime, that's fine. And piss stuff is pretty good, you know, most of the time. I used to be really into it. I kind of like, I've moved on now. But yeah, it's, you know, it's cool. I like the show, kind of like MD Geist in a way. Fight Ipatsu Juden-chan doesn't give a fuck. The guy character is just whapping women with baseball bats all day, which, you know, I can respect. I don't understand why female characters always get such preferential treatment. It's really difficult for me to watch Western movies with female protagonists because they're never in any danger, because the directors and the writers are always too chicken shit to put women in actual precarious situations or have them actually get beaten up or anything. So, you know, it's a nice change of pace just to see a woman get swacked full force with a baseball bat, even if it's just for comedy. It's a nice change of pace. Made me laugh the first time. And then after that, it was like, yeah, okay, I get it now. But, you know, it's only 12 episodes, so if they keep doing more or less the same jokes over and over, it's not really a huge problem. I mean, it's anime, but all anime is just the same thing, repeated over and over again. So you can't really get too up in arms about that. MD Geist was a change of pace, because it had an actual manly protagonist. In Juden-chan, the male protagonist was like a secondary character. But still, pretty good. This is the Ford EX concept, if you'll look at your screens right now. You may recognize this car from Ford Racing 3 and Ford Racing 2, because it has never been in anything else. And to be honest, there's probably a reason for that. One, It's not exactly a fucking looker, is it? 2, it's slow as shit. I can't even keep up with a bunch of fucking pickup trucks. Can you believe that? And this is an elimination race too, so if I'm stuck in 5th place at the end of this lap still, it's fucking over. So I'm gonna have to get a shift on. Oh, okay, well, 1, 2... The problem with pickup trucks is that they're really light in the rear end, and if you're not careful, they'll spin around, as the AI just demonstrated, all on its own. It's kind of like playing a Codemasters game, like Grid, where every race, at least one of the AI cars is going to fucking explode. Except here it's more natural because it's just the AI can't deal with the physics model. And I can't tell if that's good or bad programming. It's probably bad programming. Although it has allowed me to take the lead, so I'll let it slide. Especially when I was stuck down in the elimination zone in 5th. Anything that gives me an advantage like this, I'll take it. I'm not going to sit here and whine about winning a race, I'll tell you that. I can sit here and whine about other people winning races, but I'm not going to sit here and whine about me winning a race. Right then, final lap of this episode. The Ford Focus rally car has apparently just given up. Doesn't even want to try and challenge me, which is okay. Not the most exciting to watch, but, that's fine. If it's just going to let me cruise around to an easy victory and keep this episode more or less within the time frame that I want it to be, I've probably gone a little bit over 15 minutes. Just because this is a 3-lap race rather than, a 1-lap challenge or something, but that's fine. The main point is I don't have to get angry at video games. Even if that Ford Focus earlier on really did fuck me for no real reason, by just overtaking at the last possible second. Yeah, not a big problem. I'm not going to sit here and be angry about it. I've moved on. I've moved on. And there's the finish line. So my work for this week is done. Next week I'm probably just going to sit here and grab the rest of the concept cars. I'll try and think of something to talk about, but I probably won't be able to come up with anything. Oh shit, yeah, I'll talk about that next week. There's your cliffhanger. Pro tip, it involves Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Just to get you excited. I don't know how excited anyone's going to be about that. Well, Pro Skater 3 is allegedly a good game.